It is rare when you see a unanimous Supreme Court decision, but a recent one could spell the end for the woke grip that has Hollywood in its clutches. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute, going for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that little bell. If you'd like to support the channel, head to my locals community. The link is in the description. It's true. All of it. The Supreme Court could have ended the woke reign in Hollywood. Now, not right off the bat, there's still some work to be done, but this decision, this landmark decision, which actually saw a 9-0 decision, could change everything. The Supreme Court has ruled that people can move forward and sue based on discrimination when it comes to sort of these diversity programs, and it could have reverberations. Now, this lawsuit didn't happen in Hollywood or to Hollywood, but it definitely opens the door. This is according to Fandom Pulse. The Supreme Court has unanimously ruled that discrimination lawsuits can be filed over job transfers that cause minimal harm. This groundbreaking decision, which strengthens employees' rights to sue for discrimination based on skin color or sex, has many on the far left worried about the implications for diversity programs. The ruling, which allows a St. Louis police sergeant to sue over an alleged discriminatory job transfer, sets a precedent for legal action against employers who engage in discrimination against white people in hiring, work assignments, and promotions. The decision has far-reaching implications for companies like Disney, which have implemented diversity-preferred job posting, passed over white employees for promotions, and conducted discriminatory job transfers and diversity training programs. While the case revolves around sex discrimination against a woman, the Supreme Court's rulings' potential impact on DEI has drawn attention. Critics argue that the decision could open the door to lawsuits challenging diversity programs that are perceived as discriminatory against white people or men, such as mentoring or leadership programs that exclude non-minority groups. Disney, in particular, has now come under scrutiny for its alleged Pale and Male Estelle policy, which has reportedly been used to drive out white animators by assigning them the worst projects despite their extensive experience, skills, and seniority, making their jobs so humiliating that they feel compelled to quit. Some companies like Disney's have argued that there's a distinction between good discrimination and bad discrimination, suggesting that white people should be intentionally disadvantaged to promote diversity. However, the Supreme Court has unequivocal. The Supreme Court has rejected this notion, reaffirming the principle that everyone is equal under the eyes of the law. Now, that's not the whole article. I want you to go to fandompulse.com yourself and read it. But yeah, that's the gist of it. The woke reign on Hollywood seems to be coming to an end, not just at the box office, but in subscription services and now perhaps with lawfare. Now, I know this won't happen overnight because some of these lawsuits will face judges who are either on the right, they're either very pro big business, or on the left, they're very pro, wokeness. And hopefully these lawsuits will encounter some judges with common sense where they can work together with the plaintiffs on destroying these programs, because for too long certain religious groups, certain races have encountered these discriminatory programs. DEI, these woke DEI programs, are nothing more than new versions of tests in regards to your socioeconomic background. It's got nothing to do with trying to promote, one over the other because one has been disadvantaged. For one thing, all these diversity programs do is cause strife, and it makes people bitter and rage inducing, quite frankly. I think it's really hilarious because if you don't believe me, I mean, just look at the firing of Gina Carano, from Disney. She was hired to play Cara Dune on Star Wars The Mandalorian, but then she was fired by Kathleen Kennedy for viewpoint discrimination, I think. She's suing them. It seems to be moving forward. What I think is hilarious, and I covered this on a previous video, about how now Disney's trying to hide behind their First Amendment rights. And hopefully Gina Carano, it'll go all the way to the top, and it'll have consequences not just for Disney, but for all the studios in woke Hollywood. We're seeing how woke is promoting this mediocrity, like in shows like X-Men 97, where I just, talked about the most boring episode being Life, Death Part 2, or in Warhammer 40K, or in Doctor Who, the new Disney-fied Doctor Who. It is insane how long this has gone on. I think us fighting them at the box office and on the streaming services has helped, but we need to keep at it. We need to keep creating original properties. We need to keep moving forward, because otherwise they're going to get away with it. But with this lawsuit, this adds an extra weapon in our arsenal to combat the woke takeover of Hollywood. Now, they've already taken over Hollywood, but maybe this is our chance to dethrone them.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I want.